Hey guys, it's me, Shadow, and today we're gonna be grinding my grass guy to 64, or try to. Okay, and today's topic we're going to be talking about is I didn't actually plan it, but what I was thinking about talking about is the Persona series. Yes, we're gonna talk about my favorite series. What I like, what I don't like, everything. So Um, let's start from Persona 1. Now, I really like Persona 1 because I thought the story was somewhat realistic in terms of like they're playing a game. The game brings their school, or I don't know if it's actually maybe the area, like they're I don't know how much of the area, but like the school, like things around the school to another dimension. I thought it was really good, and I really felt like I feel I had a good time, and the battle mechanics were I mean, they're not the mechanics and battle are not advanced as they are now, but I felt like they were decent for the time. Graphics, everything was good for the time. It really sets up, and if you're able to read behind the lines, it also tells of a story. Because here's the thing, Igor and stuff, they have a story too. Basically, like I, if you ignore the normal Persona story stuff in terms of the school and stuff, there is a hidden story of a war. I don't know if this is a war, but like I feel like a bets between Narrowtop, the faceless deity, and Paimon. But for those who don't know, Paimon is essentially the boss of Igor, right? So like majority of Persona games, what happens is majority of games in the background is usually Netrotop is trying to invade the human world. Uh, Paimon uh, stops him by sending Igor to the human world, and Igor or Fate or whatever you want to call it chooses a champion, and then Igor supports that eh, champion to fight to secretly and have that and raise that champion to secretly fight Narrowtop or stop Narrowtop's plan. Now, for those who don't now, or not Narrowtop himself. See, Palmon and Narrowtop have agreed, and now Narrowtop has kept this promise. Well, sometimes he's kept that promise. Usually he hasn't. But usually what happens is Palmon and Narrowtop, from at least what I understand, uh, they're made a universal agreement. Now, Narrowtop has broken this agreement in the past, but Palmon has always kept the agreement that they can't interfere in the human world directly. They can send like their minions in, but they themselves cannot they themselves cannot enter the battle. Now I'm not saying that Narrowtop is behind all the Persona games, because he's not. In fact, I think he's only really into like the first. I believe he's only really like Narrowtop has never been the main focus of any of the Persona games. He's been like a behind the scenes boss kind of thing, right? For right, so because of that, um, the the battle between Paimon and Naruto, you won't find it during like in the gameplay. It's something gonna have to research and read between the lines in. But despite that, it's really interesting. Now, I don't know. No, no, get me wrong. I don't know the connection between Nanotop and, let's say, Uzunagi, the final boss in Persona 4. Oh, oh wait, is it Persona 4? Yeah, it's Persona 4. Or the Grace in Persona 5. 5, or hell, even Nyx of Persona 3. They're not like. I feel like I feel like these entities are not minions of Nerotop and Palmon, but maybe beings that were born from them. So not like some people, I don't know, it depends on the theory community, because some people think that Palmon and Nerotop actually like send the subordinates down, and then those subordinates possess, like, okay, like basically for Palmon, for not Palmon, from Nerotop's side, I don't know how to pronounce his name, the faceless deity. I'll call him the faceless guy because I can't pronounce his name. But the faceless deity is the bad guy. He doesn't. Now I know it's some. I know that he makes some appearances in the SMT franchise. But in the Persona franchise, actually no. No, I think I'm wrong. I think Paimon and Nerotop are the beings of creation. Like, beings of creation of the SMT world. No, actually, I've never seen Paimon appear in SMT. So, no, okay, screw it. I'm gonna just, yeah, screw it. I'm locking down. They're the deities of the Persona world. And the reason why I say that, because I've never seen Paimon appear in an SMT game. Only Persona. He's only appeared in Persona 1 and Persona 2, I believe. So I never seen him appear in this. I never played all the SMT games, but I've never seen Paimon appear in an SMT. That's only the Persona series, and Persona is an offshoot of SMT, right? So there is a theory that says that faceless deity, the faceless deity, Nerotop, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm just gonna call him Nerotop, the faceless deity. I apologize, and that's not how you say it, but that's how I would say. Like, some people have a theory that he actually sends these deities down. Like, he sends like his like lieutenants and stuff down, and that these guys are like the. For example, okay, I'll give you an example. I'll use Persona 4. People think that Nerotop sent an evil deity to corrupt man, which then which caused the the Grace dude from Persona 5 to manifest and become sentient. Like, it was kind of through Nerotop's like kind of nudging the evil in the heart to create that being. I don't necessarily agree with this theory, because I don't agree with that theory, because honestly, I really feel like the theory doesn't make sense if you look from the story. But then again, the war between Paimon and Nerotop is never truly explained in any of the games. It's kind of like any games besides the first two, where it's hinted but never actually stated. In fact, you don't even realize it unless you do, like, you have to like go on Wiki and research Paimon and Nerotop's war and stuff. Like, there is like lore dump on like websites and stuff like Wiki and stuff, but they're not actually mentioned in the games. So, like, I don't feel like it's important, but I feel like it should be mentioned, because anything that's mentioned in the first game, I think is canon, should be considered canon lore. So but I'm still gonna spin the theory. I don't agree with it, but I'll explain it. Now I'm not 100% sure about this theory because I didn't really do much theory crafting on it. Like I didn't do much research. I just read the Wiki stuff, and so this is all based on memory. So take what I say with a grain of salt, right? So like I said, right. So that what I think how it's connected to the Persona series is that essentially is not my theory. But the theory I read. I'm explaining my theory afterward, right? Right. It's that like all the villains in the Persona games are actually offshoots of Nyarlothotep. Nyarlothotep's like subordinates. That's just the like straight up like simple form. So like all the villains from the Persona games somehow is connected to Nyarlothotep. Top. Top. And that's what Igor, right? And that's what Igor's helping you fight. I like behind the true puppet master. Right? Now, my version is a little bit different. I believe the way I see it is like, see, is that like Nyarlathotep is like represents darkness of the Persona world, and Nyarlathotep, and Paimon represents the light of Persona world, right? And the way I see it is Paimon created Igor as sort of like a guardian, right? A steward. Yeah, a steward is more accurate. A steward, right? Of the light. Side of right. And but Paimon's job is to find people with potential, aka the protagonists. And then give them the power, which is the Velvet Room. Which is the Velvet Room. And the trial that they have to overcome is given by a darkness that was given birth through Nyarlathotep. So Paimon creates the Persona universe, creates being stewards of light, which is Igor, the Velvet Room, and the assistant, and all the powers that the Velvet Room gives. And the dark side, right, that gets its power from Nyarlathotep. I don't know, maybe we could see where he sets out all this dark power or whatever, dark power out to the universe, and then over time, as you know, life forms give power to darkness. It takes on that form, absorbs a little bit of Nyarlathotep's power, and then that's what creates the dark deities that appear in the Persona games. Right. Now, like I said, both theories have some weight. I believe actually, to be honest, my theory is more out of my butt, but I thought I'd share my theory and the theories I've heard for fun. Right. So that's like kind of like the backstory of the purpose of Igor. And as for like the story side, that's also kind of explained. I and again, this is my interpretation, but like the games, even the high school and social links and stuff. Now, from what I understand, 90% of the stories that you go through in the Persona games are actually bets between bets between Paimon and Necrotop. In fact, I believe in Persona 5. Five, it's even right out said, like, oh, I believe when the grace when you kill the final boss, he goes, oh, Igor was right, 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 because the grace even admits like, hey, I did a bet with Igor, blah blah blah, blah, and uh, you know. Like this whole situation is bet of Igor, blah blah, and at the end, he admits that he loses, and Igor was right, and blah blah blah, and I know they say, right, Igor is right, but the thing about Igor is that he's just like he's like he's like the representative of Paimon. So technically, it's actually he's a representative of Paimon. So it kind of in that way it kind of makes sense because, right. In that way, it kind of makes sense because it's like, the light, Paimon, Grace. Actually, it might not be Narrowtop. Well, in the Grace's sense, it might not be Narrowtop because the Grace is not. It was perceived as an antagonist, but the Grace itself is not evil. Evil. But I wanted to share it. But I wanted to share it anyway. Like the theory is there. It does. There are ways to make that. Make that theory make sense. Draw it all back to Paimon Necrotop. And I personally believe in that theory. Because I feel like the shadows and the personas and the shadows, how shadows are lights on the personas. I feel like that can be explained as the shadows, the dark power, the negative irritation comes from Narrowtop, and the light irritation, the personas, comes from Paimon. Since you need Igor to even access that power, and Igor's power comes from Paimon. And by Paimon, I mean the hero in Persona, not the Genshin Impact fairy girl. Totally different Paimon. Anyway, where it comes from, So because of that, so it's not what, like I said, it's stuff I read and stuff I remember. I don't know how much of what I said is accurate or how much of it is actually true, but I just I shared what I know and heard and read. If you're interested, you can research it yourself and see how much I read it, how I remember is accurate. But from what I read, how I read is Persona stories, Paimon, aka the good guy, the good deity, sets Igor to the protagonist. The protagonist becomes kind of like the avatar of Paimon. Paimon and Igor, light side, bad guy side. Majority, not always, but usually in some way, is Paimon, spreading chaos into the world, and using his darkness power to spread chaos in the world, and giving that power to an evil human. Usually, in the first two games, that's what it was. I think, if I remember correctly. And then, or giving someone, DD level power, and then going, okay, I'm out. I gave you my darkness power. You do what you want with it. I'm out. I'm just gonna watch. I'm gonna sit here and watch the chaos unfold, right? I'm sorry if I didn't explain it well, but like that's how I explain it. So just to, I'll just now I'll explain it really fast. This way, okay? Paimon, good guy, made Igor. Igor works for Paimon. He represents the good side. Nyarlothotep, the faceless deity, represents evil. They made a deal. They can't interfere in the mortal world directly, so they send champions from each side. I don't know who the champion is on the dark side, but the good side, like not champion, fine, avatars. Avatars to represent each side. Good side is Igor. Bad side is whoever the villain is, whatever dark deity that usually possesses that world is. Whereas just whereas now Naruto is not evil. He's like he represents chaos, so he's like kind of evil, kind of not evil. Anyway, the point is, bad guys represent from Naruto. They have a deal. Is that you should make bets on which side wins. Igor is Avatar plus the champion, whoever the protagonist is, and the bad guy is whatever dark deity or power comes forth and possesses whatever human. The evil human that takes his power. I believe in the first game it was Maya, who turns out to be Maya, and then Maya breaks free from that dark power, and then you save her, and then in the second game I think it was the protagonist, because there are two protagonists in Persona 2. In in Persona 1, no, Persona 1, it wasn't Maya, it was, what was it? The Power Ranger guy the black mask guy who, the friend who wears the black mask guy who then corrupted Maya. Anyway, it's either the first one. It was the friend that got bullied, and he wanted to have friends, and I think he wore a black mask, and he was your enemy in the first game, or was it the second game? I don't know. The first or second game. Okay, it was that guy Naruto, and yeah, I don't know. Don't take what he says as fact. This is just stuff I read about, and I'm just sharing what I just read it somewhere. I remembered it, and I'm just sharing it with you. So don't take it as fact. It is all just what I Okay, now, right, and then so each story happens. They take a side. The Paimon takes a side. So whatever evil force erupts the personal in the world, Paimon takes a side. Naruto takes a side. They both give a little bit of their power to their side and watch it unfold. They make bets. They usually make some type of bet. Uh, Paimon usually does win, because you're the hero and you beat the villain that's back. So Paimon usually does win, but they're deities, and that's what they do, or something along that line. Like, so every Persona game, whatever deity, whatever bad deity comes, he's power, Chaos top takes that side, gives them a little bit of their power, and then Paimon gives his power to Igor, and then Igor then pulls that power onto the protagonist of whatever game. Persona 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only thing I'm not sure about is Persona 2, because I didn't play both games. Because Persona 2 is split into two halves: Eternal Punishment and Innocent Sin. I played Innocent Sin because the protagonist was a guy. I couldn't play Eternal Punishment because the protagonist was a woman. So, yeah. So, I can't play as a female protagonist. It's just the way it is. Okay, rounding's over. I finished leveling up all my Master 64. We're going to continue with the story now. buy some. Okay, so. Come on, come on. I'm checking everywhere. I want to get the. I want to get all the hidden items. Maybe I shouldn't have. Here you go. Hey, what is this thing? I think we have seen them everywhere we go. That's an ancient warp totem. I've read about them in the history books. Centuries ago, the legendary master Uzor connected the entire world by inventing the warp network. Sadly, the energy that fuels the totems have been depleted, and nobody knows how to reactivate them. People believe that the energy source is somewhere in the jungle, since Uzor was born here. Reactivating totems would be very handy, but we must focus on rescuing Ellie first. Come on, let's keep looking for Dr. Margot. Repel spray. And that's why you choose. That's why I go through everything, so I get like, so I don't miss anything. I get important items like that. It's important. Hello? Silence. Eek. I'm Khan. Outsiders, why you trespass Khan's hidden sanctum? We are just looking for someone called Margot. Khan not trust you. No trust. What? We haven't done anything. You're dumb. We haven't done anything. Your dumb village is perfectly fine. Master Quan, Master Quan. A Nexolord warrior has broken into the village. Are you kidding me? Wait a second. The Nexocore. Wait a second. Wait a second. The Nexocore. They tracked it. They tracked its energy signal. They tracked the energy signal all the way to the village. We screwed up. You little. Hey, we can fix this. I swear. We can fix this. I swear. Let's go. We must stop the intruders. Battle. Let's go to battle. I have a full 16 now, so let's go. Hey, you. The village is in terrible danger. If you need my help, I can heal your nexomon. Talk to me before taking any risks. Okay, so she's the healer. That's good to know. Wait, so am I supposed to go into town and fight a whole bunch of Nexo battles? We can't stop him. Someone call Quan for help. My target's not among you. What a waste of time. Scatter, scatter like the animals you are. To think they hid from the next lord this long. Was expecting far more. I'm too old for this. Oh my. At long last, the little thieves reveal themselves. Who are you? This is that is nowhere as important as what you scoundrels have stolen. We aren't handling over the next core. Of course you aren't. When when you're in my line of work this long, you just stop expecting people to cooperate at all. We aren't afraid of you, right? I don't know what are you kids up to, but you sure as hell have annoyed the next lord. With with all he's paying for that dumb Nexacore, I might end up renting. With all he's paying for that dumb Nexacore, I might end up retiring for good. With all he's paying for that dumb Nexacore, I might end up renting. With all he's paying for that dumb Nexacore, I might end up retiring for good this time. Heh. Plus, a hefty bonus for burning this jungle to the ground. That would be fun to watch. Don't wait. Plus, a hefty bonus for burning this jungle to the ground. That would be fun to watch. Don't you think? I wonder is that forest tyrant here? So this is why. So this is why the next lawyer is paying so handsomely. Even considered becoming. Even considered a. Even considered becoming a bounty hunter, buddy. Go away and never come back to this village. Yes, I might as well go into hiding now that I failed the next lord. You kids should make tracks too. Heh. You kids should make tracks too. Heh. What do you mean? Your location is well known, silly. I guarantee that the next lord is already on his way to you. I'm hitting the road now, but I can tell this won't be our last meeting. We need to get rid of the next core as soon as possible, or they'll just keep on finding us. Let's go back to Oster Khan. He should trust us now. Wait. Oh, this is the way I came, right? Just making sure. Oh shoot! I think I should have saved. I think I'm gonna fight that grass lady. No, that happens at the top of the tree. Why you seek Margot, woman? She's in danger. The next lord is coming for her. Khan knows. Margot under protection. She's inside the great tree of Fentra, behind Quan. No, but no more. No more protection. What do you mean? Nexalord knows because you children, Nexalord, come soon. Well, we have to go to Margot before it's too late. I get Margot, woman. You stay. You can handle your. We can handle ourselves. You stay. Okay, let's go now. Guys. Whoa. It's me or these portions don't make any sense. Come on now, we need to find Dr. Margot as soon as possible. Ellie needs us. Wait, I need to know, is this a new area? Like, I can catch mons here? Or is this just a dungeon? Hang on, I gotta check my guide. Just to be on the safe side. Nexomon running. No, this is an encounter zone. Shoot, I did not know that. What area is this? Okay, I got mons I need to catch here, so I'll end the video here since. Wait, hang on. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Because apparently this is a catchable area. You can catch mons in this area. So this is where we are. So we're going to stay here and catch mons. Yay! So let's go over what we talked about today. We talked about what I learned. What I shared a little bit of what I know about the war. We talked about Persona, a little bit of Persona, I guess. Some backstory between the war between Paimon and Nyarlothotep. I got all my mons level 64, and I think and we did a little bit of the story. So the next one, we're gonna be going back to catching mons. Yeah, the next one we're gonna be catching mons in the area. Okay, so with that, was it here? I hope you guys had fun listening to facts that I've shared, and hope you like watching the videos, and and for those who do, I really appreciate going on this journey with all of you guys. All right, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys. I'll see you guys next time.